Have you ever been 1-0 down in the 85th minute and you needed a goal? Well, guess what? I have created a tactic that you can plug in and should get you some goals. It is absolutely wild. I created it completely by accident live on stream. Run the clip. I can't lie, I'm going to do something wild. You're going to see a tactical genius at work. Are you ready? You're not ready for this, are you? Come on, boys. Winners, 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 winners. Second balls. Second balls, through. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. And whip, and whip, and whip, and whip. And fucking whip! We got Quinny on him! We got Quinny on him! We got Quinny on him! Come on! Come on! Quinny on him! Let's go! He's a genius! And it's brought me some crazy moments on stream recently, not just the one you've just seen. When I've been playing my completed FM save, this tactic has actually got me out of the hole a few times. I decided, you know what, let's actually try and make it a half-decent tactic. Not that's absolutely wild, but actually get some results, as well as being super fun and scoring lots of goals and absolutely crazy. So that's what I've gone ahead and done today. Now, I've only tested with one team. I've only simmed one simulation, and it is not the best simulation we'll see out there on YouTube. And that's because it is a 3-1-3-1-2 tactic with an absolute plethora of ridiculous roles, and it's all about scoring goals. And this tactic, I telling you now, only use it if you are looking to score goals late on in your games. I've had to do a full season sim to show you the results of this tactic in a season, and it's actually not too bad at all. Coming second place in Liga with a team that I've not built around this at all. Atletico Madrid were the best team I could think of on the top of my head that had a very central based team rather than wingers, and this is exactly what we've got. And when we go through the instructions, you'll see why this tactic is just so wild. But to quickly go through the results, we did come second in a Liga, which is a very, very impressive season. 83 points using that tactic is pretty wild. We scored 98 goals, which was 15 more than anyone else. Be surprised we're not on the conceded list anywhere. You concede a lot of goals, but you have lots of shots and you score lots of goals, which is the whole point in needing a goal in the last minutes of a game. You're going into a cup final, you need your goal. This is the tactic you plug in. 2.58 expected goals per game and a 1.5 for the opposition, so there's a chance you concede, but it's not as high as you would think using a tactic like so. I mean, you can see from the selection info where the goals are coming from. They're coming from the strikers, from the cams, and from the mezzalas. That is where everything is coming from. Lamar was the left-hand side, De Paul on the right-hand side, Depay, Correa, and Morata the front three. Griezmann, when he played in the cam as well, 12 goals and 10 assists as a shadow striker. And what we're going to do first is break down this tactic. I think you guys need to see exactly what this tactic can offer, and then I'll go through some highlights of what this tactic can offer as well, because it's absolutely wild, to be honest. It's good fun to make, and it's almost a tactic video of, you know what, if you want a bit of fun on FM, why not come over and give this a go. I'm not going to upload this anywhere other than the Discord channel, so the Discord is going to be down below. There's a tactic session on there. I don't think it needs to go and sort out or anything, so if you want to download this tactic because you're absolutely crazy and you want some last minute goals, feel free to join the Discord. That's be down there, but I'm going to be going through absolutely everything here with you guys as well. So to kick things off, we've got a sweeper keeper on defend in goal with no further instructions. Two wide centre-backs on defend on left and right, both with dribble less, and a ball-playing defender in the middle with no further instructions. Now, because we've got wide centre-backs on defend, I thought we'll have a half-back on defend in front, so that if Savic or Hermoso decide to go wild, the half-back can drop in and cover off positions. Now, that does mean that Hermoso or Savic are effectively our DM and our build-up players, because the midfield is crazy. Two Mezzalas on support on right and left with run wide of ball and tackle harder. So we should see them picking up this sort of inner half space, not quite in the wings, not quite in the centre, in that half space between fullback or winger and central midfielder, fullback and centre back. And it's the exact same on the left hand side as well. And in the middle, a centre mid on attack on tackle harder, and that's because in front of him is a shadow striker on attack with tackle harder and roam from position. Now that means obviously we're going to have either the half-back's going to drop in, the centre-backs are going to drop in to sort of this gap here where I'm with the mouse. You have to sort of be seeing to see what I'm going on with. They're going to spread out wide, and then the centre mid attack to go into the cam role, while Griezmann and shadow striker will go up front with our two advanced forwards on attack and tackle harder and tackle harder. The tactic is absolutely wild, and it is superb in game, and you have so many players in the box. It is just simply hilarious. As you probably saw from the TikTok clip at the start, the amount of players that get forward in this tactic is just simply ridiculous. Everyone just rushes into the box. And like I said, it's a tactic for when you want to win games at the end. You know, you're losing 1-0, you're drawing 1-0 against Luton and you're Manchester City. You need to go out there and get a goal. This is the tactic for you. On mentality-wise, we are, of course, set to attacking. In possession, it is a much more direct pass into space system. So that means your players are going to be getting the ball and lumping it in behind the defence so your advanced forwards can get onto it. So your pacey strikers, I mean, if you're using a winger system, your wingers that are fast, I mean, Real Madrid, this was work at. Vinicius and Rodrigo up top. They'd be fine up there. They're meant to run in and try and score goals. You're about creating chances. So over the top pace is what we're looking to do. Tempo is set to the middle with what we've got. That's as higher. Dribbling less is the goal because we want to get the ball forward as quick as possible. A fairly middle in the width as well with low crosses. Now, again, there is no point in us sort of trying to whip balls in because we're going for fast, pacey players up front. We're looking to get the Mazzalas wide and getting them sort of balls in sort of the half spaces again in between the fullback and the centre back in behind to the strikers as the crosses. In transition, take short kicks and counter. Now, I'm not got counter press on because that ripped the team way too far apart. All right, that was ridiculous. Now, maybe again, if you're chasing a game, I'm going to go through at the end what to tweak. You know, if you get to the 85th, you plug this in, you've not scored. 90th minute, you can make some more changes. We'll go through them in a minute. But counter and take short kicks is what we've got on. And out of possession is a high press system. Getting stuck in, trigger the press as often as possible, prevent the short kick distribution, and trap them inside. Now, obviously, you've got a very narrow system. You're hoping the wide centre-backs are going to hopefully go out and trap them inside, and the half-back and the defender can trap them, can sort of deal with them. The Mazzalas are also going to try and trap them inside to the wide centre-backs if it happens higher up on the pitch. It is absolutely wild, but it kind of works, which is ridiculous. And it is great fun to watch in the match, and we are going to watch some highlights as well. Now, if you are chasing a game, like I said, you want to plug this in around the 80th minute. If you're getting to the 85th, 90th minute, Mazzalas, get them on attack, get them up there, get them wider. That's the first thing I do, as well as I would change these wide centre-backs to go on to support as well. So they sit in slightly better areas, more in a sort of wing-back role when we're in possession. The half-back and the ball player, will sit as a back two, and the wide centre-backs will sit as wing-backs, which is better, I suppose. Everyone else is on attack up here. You're looking for goals, all right? That's what you want to do. And in transition, I would put on a counter press with counter, and I would distribute over the opposite defence if possible. So if you've got a goalkeeper that can do it, last 5 minutes, I'll be getting it quickly over the top, out of the way, and absolutely gone. I wouldn't really rush the tempo too much higher because it'll make some more mistakes. I wouldn't hit early crosses or shoot on sight because you're looking for them passes in behind. And that is pretty much what I would do if you're really chasing the game. I wouldn't go to very attacking. I think never really get results out of going to it, but sticking on attacking often works. Sometimes even dropping the mentality to balanced or positive can work, but I would normally stick to the attacking, and it has worked many a time. Now, in terms of the schedule, we'll just have a quick look at some goals and results here because it's absolutely ridiculous. Like I've mentioned, you will lose some results. You will lose some games, but you'll also win some games. Now, let's hide the friendlies because there's no point in seeing them. And the best result, an 8-1 victory against Athletic Bilbao. I can't show you that because it's past the date that we can, which is frustrating. But a 6-5 game sums up this tactic to absolute perfection. Against Real Vallecano, this is a team that you should be beating. And again, I would advise, do not start this tactic from the start because you have games like this where you shouldn't be conceding 5 goals, but because the tactic is so ridiculous, you do concede 5 goals. But we're going to go ahead and score 6 and win this game. And we're going to go 1-0 down. And then hopefully we're going to see some highlights of just how aggressive this tactic is. Now, that was our wide centre-back getting in to this sort of right attacker midfielder role. We've got our centre-back, again, probably the wide centre-back sitting there. We've got another centre-back somewhere doing that job. We've got Llorente, Riquelme, De Paul, Griezmann, Memphis, and I'm guessing that's the right centre midfield on Mezzala as well. All pretty much up there and in the box. You can see how aggressive it is. They're all standing there waiting for the ball, and eventually Llorente blasts it home into the top corner. Throw-in set piece, Llorente back to Koke into Lamar. I'm pretty sure he just hit that with Rabana, which is a little bit of a joke. De Paul with a penalty makes it 3-1. And they're going to go ahead and concede. And look, you can see the players do track back, and they are going to try and trap them inside by covering off that wider angle. De Paul made that little angled run. But it's so aggressive, you are going to concede goals. Just like I said, this is tactic that if you are using, you are crazy and you enjoy a goal-scoring game. That is exactly what I enjoy to play on FM. So here we are, a 6-5 game against Rayo Vallecano. You're going to see that a ball come out to Lamar. He's then going to run down the line and hopefully drill this across. Actually, a loop across the back stick, which is surprising. Griezmann knocking it down to Llorente for 4-3. I think we're at currently... You can see how many players are running forward straight away. I mean, look at that overlap. Is ridiculous, and exactly what I mean by this tactic. So this comes from their goal kick. We're going to win the header, and just look at everyone go forward. We're going to slow this down so you can really see what I mean about just how ridiculously attacking this formation is. Koke goes into Memphis, who's going to hold it up. The ball's going to get it up into Raquelme, set back, and look at the overlap. The Mazzala and the advance forward, once the shadow striker plays it back to the DM, are absolutely gone down that right-hand side. And a ball over the top is exactly what you want to see because Correa's there to blast it home. That right there is the perfect goal with this tactic and exactly what you're looking to create. The balls, the runs in behind, the balls going over the top. That was perfect. Absolutely superb. Another goal conceded. No one is surprised. We're playing a 3-1-3-1-2. It's a beautiful formation. And another goal conceded to make it 5-5. But exactly what the tactic is invented to do, we go ahead and we score a 93rd minute goal. De Paul to the edge of the box. Barrios, De Paul, Barrios, goal. 6-5. Tactic done wonders. 25 shots. You do retain quite a lot of the ball in this formation because it's so central based. You can see that here, just how narrow it is. 70% possession is pretty much ridiculous, but that is a 6-5 game against Rayo Vallecano. Against Rangers, sorry, Stevo, 6-1 and 5-3. Absolute batterings. 4-2 against Girona, 4-0 against Galatasaray, 3-2 against Liverpool. And you can see there's actually games. We didn't really have a game we got battered 4-5, 6-0. They were all fairly tame, to be honest. A 3-2 loss was our worst all season, followed by 2-1 losses. 3-0 loss by Liverpool. To be fair, there's a few 3-0s. Madrid, Sociedad, and Liverpool. 2-0 by Athletic Bilbao. But other than that, all pretty much one-goal games, which is very impressive given the style of play we are playing. And I'm very, very happy with how this tactic worked as well. And I want to say, with one more game somewhere, we'll show if we can, because it's good fun to show the highlights. And apparently we're not going to be able to, other than a 4-0 against Galatasaray. So that's what we'll go ahead and watch. And hopefully you guys get the more of the gist of exactly how ridiculous this tactic is. It is so fun. This video is a bit of fun. And like I said, it's from the stream. And if you guys haven't watched the streams at all, they are over on Twitch. And they are great fun as well. We have some good fun over on Twitch. We make crazy tactics like this while playing the completed it mate save. So if you are interested in that save as well, that is all from the ways we tried this tactic is all from that. So it's pretty wild and it's great fun over on Twitch, so make sure to come over. Normally Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights, we are live over there. And obviously, if you guys are enjoying the rebuilds as well, they are my most fun videos to watch. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have some fun using this 3-1-3-1-2 tactic. Like I said, available in the Discord down below. If you've not watched any of the rebuilds recently, there was a Girona rebuild release on Friday, just down there. Go ahead and watch it.